also explores whether that's a good thing.
The latest loyalty program partnership is between TD and Starbucks. If you collect points with both companies, you can now earn more for each with every purchase. In simple terms, you can help convert TD rewards into coffees, and buying coffees can help you earn more TD rewards. Patrick Soika is the founder of Calgary-based rewardscanada.ca, a site devoted to providing Canadians with information and tips on maximizing their loyalty programs.
There has been a whole slew of these partnerships across credit cards or loyalty programs with other retailers that even have their own programs as well.
Another big one is the newly revamped Scene Card, a popular program that at one point was about nothing more than seeing movies and earning points towards free movies. Matthew Seagram is Senior Vice President at what's now called Scene Plus and announced the launch on a podcast called The Wise Marketer.
We took the previous Scene program and the Scotia Rewards program, and we merged the two of them to create what we're calling Scene Plus. And it brings the strength of both of those things together.
You can still redeem your points for movies, but the merger has opened up access to things like travel and shopping rewards. There are other mergers happening as well, like Uber and Aeroplan or RBC and DoorDash. And Patrick Soika says the last few years have given programs a chance to reevaluate how they operate.
During the pandemic, the loyalty program saw the opportunity, okay, well, we're getting kind of less action in terms of travel bookings and some other rewards that we can really, focus on the shift of other programs.
The idea is to help customers simultaneously build greater loyalty to multiple companies and entice them with more variety in what they can earn. I hit the streets to find out how shoppers feel about rewards programs merging.
I end up having points trapped in random little places, and then I never end up using them. So it's kind of, the convenience is worth it. I've seen emails, asking me to link up things like Starbucks with Aeroplan, but I'm old school. I just buy 6 coffees and get one free.
It's way more convenient to have kind of a lot of places all kind of merging together. I only kind of go to Shoppers every once in a while, but then it's they go to the groceries, tax and otherwise we forget about it for months and months and months and months and months.
Patrick Soika says the appeal of mergers is clear for customers, but it's important to consider a few things. First, is the value between all rewards the same?
Usually the core idea of the program is where the value is, and then the others are just extra add-on things for people who may never earn enough points to redeem for a flight to Europe or things like that.
That means if you're earning points from a coffee program, free coffees are generally the best value. Also, when making your decision on which loyalty points to focus on, be realistic about what you actually want to build towards.
Is it a reward I'm going to be using? So many people join loyalty programs and collect a couple points in this program and never touch it again. So focus on the ones that are really going to make sense for you, for your spending habits, for your shopping habits, and then that's the key thing, whether it's travel or merchandise, gift cards, cash back, you name it.
As far as all the different mergers happening between loyalty programs, Soika says it could be too much for consumers to keep up with.
Will it get too saturated quickly? Will people get overwhelmed with the options and choices? So we may see that happen where people are like, I can't even keep up anymore. I'm just going to stick with a couple of these things.
It remains to be seen how this will all work out, but one thing's for sure, Canadians have never had more choices and considerations when it comes to their loyalty programs than they do now. For CBC Radio, I'm Jason Osler.
Thanks, Jason. It is 4:40, 3:47. It is 4:41, 3:41 seconds. Is up north on CBC Radio 1. We're at 99.9 FM in Sudbury, 88.3 FM in Thunder Bay. I'm your host, Jonathan Pinto. Mariupol That's the name of the city in Ukraine that the Russian military is pummeling with shells and airstrikes. The EU's chief diplomat has accused Russia of carrying out a quote war crime by bombing a maternity hospital. Residents of the city are trapped by the shelling and trying to survive without water or heat. Jana Maximenko-Dovich is a filmmaker who recently left Kiev and is now living temporarily in Chernovitzy near the Romanian border. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today. Tell me about Mariupol and why it's important strategically.
Mariupol is important strategically because it's seaport, Ukrainian seaport near Azov Sea, and it gave opportunity Ukraine to sell the goods and for export everything, and but for Russia it's very important to keep Mariupol because it's on the middle of the way between Russian occupied territories, Donbass, and Crimea. They need to have the land corridor between these territories, and that's why the main quantity of Russian troops are is on the south and near Mariupol.
What has happened in this city?
It's horrible things. It's a real massacre, and people are in the cities in siege, and people are staying there, as you told before, without electricity, heat, and water, and they are under this attacks from the sky, and the many of critical infrastructure is completely destroyed, and there are many people staying there, and they haven't any opportunity to leave city.
Many are saying there are war crimes happening here. What are your thoughts on that?
Of course, we can see these war crimes, and people are sending the videos from there, from Mariupol, and we know that many hospitals were completely